Howdy folks, it's Doodly Squatch here, coming at you with another two-part video, mostly because my family and I are going on a trip. We'll talk about it. Anywho, let's get started, and here we go. Today's doodle is another work doodle that I scanned in and put it together and then did some digital doodlings. One thing I'll do a lot is I'll start with a face, a head, something like that, and then I will rotate the paper and add to it, or I'll fold it in half so I can't see what I'm looking at, and draw more on it. And that's the case with this guy, and I figure he's spooky enough for Halloween, and so we'll have it be part of my October doodles. I've had a few suggestions for spooky drawings, so I'm going to try and get those knocked out as well. But this one ended up being a two-parter, so I figured it was good timing because my family and I were going to go to the state of Georgia. We're going to go to Atlanta. There's a museum of puppetry out there that we're going to go check out. My daughter and I like to make puppets together, and kids like puppets too, the other ones, and so that's our sort of big trip for the year. My folks take one of each of their boys and their families out for a family trip each year, kind of rotate. So it's our year this year, and it's a big one because the olders are going to be, they'll be in their 20s by the time the next time shows up. So that's not awesome to think about. Oh gosh. But so yeah, that's I'm gonna record both parts and get them scheduled to release on each of the Tuesdays, and but you guys don't care about that. Anywho, didn't even think on a topic to talk on really. It's been an interesting couple of weeks, a lot of life changes, that sort of thing. Mostly just working on myself and my own health, trying to cut back on just sort of frivolous spending. Money sucks. The older you get, the more you hate money, because it's when you're a kid, money is that's the pass to get you into things. It's the golden ticket. And then you get older, and money's just this annoying resource that you're constantly having to build up and then just dump into things. And it's not fun. But trying to adjust things, with myself to be able to, not use as much money, or stuff that would benefit me. So I've been laying off energy drinks. I am a full-blown monsterholic, so I've been trying not to lay off those. So it's been a couple weeks without those, and I'm okay. I didn't have like massive migraines or anything terrible like that, so it's been okay. I'm thankful that I'm not falling apart because of that. I always worried if I cut myself off, it would be horrendous. Like it'd be like Train Spotting. I'd have babies crawling on the ceiling and seeing stuff and all that. Fortunately, that's not the case. But it's been kind of fun. Trying to just try and stay more grounded. Enjoy the little things. I've been really enjoying walking my youngest to the bus stop every morning, seeing that world again. It's been so long since I was in grade school that it's just completely foreign to me. But when I see those kids interacting at the bus stop, it's all the same. It's crazy. We really are funny little beings. Just the priorities, your spot in line is so important when you're 5. So waiting in line for the bus, it's tiny little coups and revolutions going on for spots in line. but it's been really nice being able to sort of participate in that, and being there for my older kids with their extracurriculars and learning about those, and all the interesting things they do. Funny story, my oldest, Alistair, when I was bugging him while he was on his computer, he is on his school's esports team, and they can participate with that even when they're at home. They just sign on to this like server thing, and but he didn't have like group chat or something with his teammates, and they had already finished their tournament and they were just playing for fun. But I come downstairs, and there's my boy. He's holding the cell phone up to his ear with his right hand, and with his left hand he's got his gamepad. He's got like kind of professionally looking one. Go ahead and toss that up, editor. Let's get a look at it. So he invested a pretty penny into that. But so with his left hand, he's working the joystick and pushing the buttons at the same time, and he's playing Street Fighter, and he's rocking this kid on there. And I come down and I look at him, I'm like, are you on the phone playing Street Fighter one-handed? And then on the phone I hear very loudly, one-handed. So this kid didn't know he was getting, he knew he was getting whooped, but he didn't know he was getting whooped one-handed. And I thought that was really funny, and quite impressive actually. I could never dream of doing that, but he's really talented at that. It's really fun to see him doing that, and then using his video editing skills at school and helping me with these videos, putting in cool things, all the little details and doodads and stuff like that. It's really fun to be able to take note and see those things and enjoy them, and just chill, just relax. And my daughter's been doing color guard and a million other things. She's in orchestra, and she's in these different clubs. Just joined Key Club. I don't even know what Key Club is. But it's, my kids are way more into school than I was, and I'm so happy. It's great. Griffin is still playing, online with his friends, and, keeping those friendships going on even when they don't really have classes together at school. It's kind of neat to see how kids just remain connected. When I was 9 and we moved towns, it's like, well, I'm never gonna see these friends again. Like that was it. There was no, I'll just, they can just join my lobby on whatever game I'm playing or something like that, or we can all hop in a Discord call and just gab. That just wasn't a possibility, and it's I'm quite jealous. But it's been a good trip. Just seeing these kids grow and get older, and I got a little wistful thinking about they're going to be, some of them are going to be in their 20s by the time our next turn to go on a family trip rolls around. So it's like, golly. They talk about don't blink, your kid will grow up, and man, they don't mess around. But I couldn't be happier. It's a thrill. I really enjoy being a parent, and having my kids be able to help me with this kind of stuff. Having a YouTube channel just seemed far out of my grasp, way over my head. So I'm thankful to have a cool editor. That's you. You're a good boy. And just have them around to help me with this, and it's great. It's great. I just needed to gush. Sorry. Put your tissues away. But yeah. So, but this, I love these mushes that I draw, because it's very much, I can just do what I want with them, put all the detail I want with them, and I love it. Oh, that's the other thing I was thinking of. Okay, sorry. I'm easily distracted. Shiny things and all that. I recently upgraded my computer, So this is my first recording with the new computer, but not the first screen capture. So you may notice a difference. I'm still trying to figure that out. Getting a new computer after having had this previous one for about 14 years. There's a lot of new stuff, so it didn't even know it. I had Photoshop 4 on there, fellows. It didn't even know what to do with that, so I had to upgrade and get some new programs, and I'm still figuring out the kinks in brushes and sensitivity and all that. So my drawings might suck a little bit later on, but I will keep on keeping on and figure out what to do to remedy that. But yeah, it's exciting times. Got a new computer. I got a neat little sound gate thing for my microphone. It looks like a little recording studio wall that I hang behind it, so it's supposed to cancel out some sound. So hopefully you don't have to listen to my fan or anything like that. But yeah, it's really nifty. My boy found it for me on Newegg. Shout out Newegg, woot woot. And I feel very cool. It's got RGB lights and everything, so my office is very colorful with all these things. So now I've got a glowy mouse, keyboard, and computer. So I'm pretty cool. How do you do, fellow children? Yeah. Yes. Going on a trip. Gonna record. Get these recordings out. Really appreciate you guys' comments. It's always fun hearing from people. I recently had someone comment that they're from Japan and they liked my stuff and subscribed. That made me smile because I don't know. I'm just a dork drawing pictures and telling dumb stories. So yeah. Hopefully that catches on. But hey, if you have any friends that want to listen to my soft, sultry voice and fall asleep watching me doodle stuff, let them know. Share the word. Spread the news. But that's it for this part, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.